Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape recently, you've probably heard some whispers, some rumors that are just too juicy to ignore. And I'm here to tell you this isn't just gossip, this is a potential game changer. Sources close to the league, including the renowned Adam Schefter, have revealed that the New York Jets are seriously contemplating a blockbuster move that could reshape their franchise, and believe it or not, also have a profound ripple effect on the Chicago Bears' future. Here's what's happening. The Jets, currently sitting at a rather disappointing 2-5 record, are feeling the heat. Their defense has been leaking points, an average of 26 points per game, which just isn't good enough for a team with playoff ambitions. And if you look at their roster, they're also facing financial constraints. They've got about $11 million in cap space projected for 2026, but they need to rebuild quickly and efficiently. So the word is, the Jets are eyeing a major shakeup, and at the center of this potential trade is none other than Sauce Gardner, a player who's been nothing short of a shutdown corner since he entered the league. Now, why would the Jets consider trading a player of Gardner's caliber? Well, this is where the intricacies of NFL roster management come into play. The Jets are looking to free up cap space, about $10 million, to help fund extensions for their offensive line, particularly Becton, who's a key piece to their trenches. They're also trying to bolster their draft assets, especially on defense, where they're allowing a staggering 150 rushing yards per game. That's just unacceptable for a team with playoff aspirations. So the idea is to swap Gardner for a first-round pick in 2026 and a third-round pick in 2025. It's a bold move, sure, but it's also a calculated one. It's about setting up a quick rebuild, acquiring draft capital, and retooling the roster for long-term success. And this is where it gets really interesting for the Bears. Because the Chicago Bears, despite their 3-4 record, are in a pretty flexible position. They've got around $8 million in cap space right now, which isn't massive but enough to make strategic moves. Their secondary has taken a hit recently, with Kyler Gordon going on injured reserve with an ankle injury, Tariq Stevenson sidelined for Week 8 with a shoulder injury, and Jaylon Johnson also on IR due to a concussion. This has exposed some vulnerabilities in their coverage, and many fans have been worried about how their secondary has been holding up. Enter Sauce Gardner. The Bears see him as the perfect piece to anchor their defense and turn things around. This guy is a 2-time Pro Bowler, coming off a stellar 2022 season with Cincinnati, and he's been nothing short of a shutdown phenom in the league. Over his career, he's amassed 15 interceptions, 45 pass deflections, and a coverage grade that's consistently among the top 3 in the NFL. In 2025, despite missing a game due to a concussion, Gardner's numbers stand out, allowing just a 55.8 passer rating when targeted, recording 3 interceptions and 12 pass deflections, and maintaining a 94 coverage grade according to PFF. His ability to shut down top receivers is unmatched, and his instincts on the field are second to none, making him a true lockdown corner. Now, let's take a moment to understand why this is such a big deal. Gardner is not just a good player, he's a game changer. His presence on the field elevates the entire secondary. When he's in coverage, quarterbacks hesitate, receivers think twice, and the defense gains a sense of confidence that's infectious. The potential for him to come to Chicago and transform their secondary is enormous. Just look at what the addition of a player like Jalen Ramsey did for the Miami Dolphins. After trading for Ramsey, the Dolphins' pass defense improved significantly, allowing fewer big plays and creating more turnovers. Gardner's instincts, combined with his elite coverage skills, allowing only 3.2 yards after the catch on average in 2025 and preventing 5 big plays of 40 yards or more, make him a perfect fit for the Bears' defensive ambitions. And let's not forget, the Bears aren't just looking for a short-term fix. They want to build a defense that can contend for years to come. The addition of Gardner, especially if paired with other pass-rushing threats like Sweat, who recorded 7.5 sacks, could elevate the Bears to a top NFC secondary. Imagine a tandem of Gardner and Terrell forming a lockdown duo capable of shutting down the league's best passing offenses. Their coverage grades could soar, and their ability to limit opponents. Passing yards from around 230 per game down to just 190 would be a massive boost. It's not just about individual talent. It's about creating a cohesive, intimidating defense that opponents dread facing. This potential move could have a transformative impact on the Bears' entire season. You see, right now, their defensive expected points added, EPA, per pass is below average, and their turnover margin is not where it needs to be. But with Gardner in the mix, those numbers could turn around dramatically. His ability to force turnovers, projected to add around 7 interceptions, coupled with pressures from Sweat, could push the Bears' defense from a middle-of-the-pack unit to a top-ranked defense. That's the kind of jump that can change everything, especially in a league where defensive stops and turnovers often decide tight games. Now, looking at the bigger picture, if this trade goes through, it could have a direct influence on the Bears' playoff hopes and their chances for a deep postseason run. Currently, the Bears are listed with plus 4,000 odds to win the Super Bowl, which might seem long, but with this move, those odds could skyrocket, up to plus 1,500. That's a huge leap, and it makes the Bears an actual contender in the NFC North, especially when you consider their matchup against rivals like the Vikings, who are favored at plus 900. With a stronger secondary and improved overall defense, the Bears could become a real dark horse come playoff time. And speaking of the NFC North, this division has been in flux for a while now, with the Vikings, Packers, and Lions all having their moments. But a move like acquiring Gardner signals that the Bears are not just trying to compete, they're trying to dominate. It's reminiscent of the 80s, when Chicago had one of the most feared defenses in NFL history, the Monsters of the Midway, known for their coverage, physicality, and relentless pass rush. This potential trade could be a step toward recapturing that kind of dominance, solidifying Eberflus's reputation as a defensive mastermind and setting a tone for years to come. Now, of course, all of this hinges on whether the Jets actually pull the trigger. The market is buzzing, and negotiations are reportedly ongoing. The Jets would be getting a player who's still in his prime, someone like Gardner, who's just 25 years old and entering the peak years of his career. For the Bears, trading away future draft picks is always a strategic gamble. But with the cap space and draft capital they have, they're in a position to absorb some losses in the short term if it means a long-term upgrade. This is a bold move, but one that could pay off handsomely, especially if Gardner can replicate his elite coverage numbers in Chicago. And let's not forget, this isn't just about immediate improvement. It's about building a legacy, a defense that can carry the Bears deep into the playoffs year after year. The NFL is a league where pass defense wins championships, and adding someone like Gardner could be the missing puzzle piece that transforms Chicago from a middle-tier team into a true NFC contender. Imagine the impact on their home games at Soldier Field, the energy from the fans, the confidence in the locker room. It's a seismic shift that could energize the entire franchise. So in summary, if this trade happens, it's going to be a defining moment for the Chicago Bears. It would be an aggressive move to bolster their defense, a clear statement that they're aiming for more than just a few wins. They want to compete at the highest level, to bring back that swagger and dominance that made Chicago feared on defense. It's about setting a new standard and putting the NFL on notice that the Bears are back in the conversation for Super Bowl glory. The potential is enormous, and I, for one, can't wait to see how it unfolds. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster move? Do you think acquiring Sauce Gardner would be the game changer that propels Chicago into serious Super Bowl contention? Or do you believe holding on to draft picks for future building is the smarter route? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bears. Remember, this is a fan community and your voice is crucial. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates and insights, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. Whether it's trades, draft picks, or game analysis, I'll be here to keep you informed and engaged. Thanks for watching, and as always, bear down.